was way harsh. He gave me a C minus.
Well, he gave me a C, which drags down my entire average.
My name is Mona May. I'm a costume designer. That means the head of the department for designing costumes for film and television. And I've been doing it since movie Clueless, so it's been a while.
What the hell is that?
A dress.
Says who?
Calvin Klein.
It's so interesting, you know, I met Amy Heckerling on a pilot previous to Clueless, and we hit it off tremendously. You know, it's so nice when you find someone that you really connect creatively, and we just had the same sensibilities. You know, we loved fashion. I mean, Amy is amazing. She you know, studies fashion, and when she wrote Clueless, she called me and she said, "You are the girl," because of my European background and knowing high fashion, you know, the runways, and blending that with the script of Girls in Beverly Hills.
It's funny because that movie, they're kind of dressed as like heightened characters.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? But they're still very relatable. It's still a teen storyline.
Yes.
And you've done a couple movies like that.
I think it's really important as a costume designer to create these characters that are very real, because I think you want the audience to, you know, see themselves, emulate them, relate to them. I mean, in Clueless, what was really important to Amy Heckerling was that these girls are not fashion models. You know, they're not strolling in high heels like slutty girls. You know, we wanted to really translate the high fashion from the runways into the environment of girls that are in high school. You know, so it was a lot of the plaid, a lot of the, you know, so it's like a uniform, but then it's heightened, it's fashion, it's, you know, what's the latest. I think that the fashions really didn't outdate themselves, you know, and I'm very proud of that. I mean, to this day, you see these, you know, clothes everywhere. I mean, I think last season for fall, Dior did all this, you know, plaid stuff. I mean, Ariana Grande just had something, you know, for her tour made in lieu of, you know, Clueless looks. So I think that they were kind of timeless looks.
Let's do a makeover.
No.
Oh, come on, let us. Cher's main thrill in life is a makeover, okay? It gives her a sense of control in a world full of chaos.
Please.
In my work, what's really important to me is that I empower girls, you know, that I really make them feel good who they are, who, you know, whatever body, shape, size, age you are, you know. So I think that if you look at Romy and Michelle, if you look at Clueless, if you look at House Bunny, I think it's very evident in my work that I really champion women. And I also try to stay away from something that's going to really outdate the film, you know, the fashion that's just kind of the moment. I mean, this is great. This is the original sketch from Clueless, you know, the iconic yellow plaid suit that everybody wears now for Halloween, Sharon Dion. It was really great, too, because, you know, we didn't really anticipate really have her wearing yellow. It's not such a color that a blonde would wear, but we tried blue, and we wanted to reserve the black and white for Dion. And the environment where we see her in the beginning of the movie is the quad, which was a lot of green. So the yellow really was like the perfect color to put her in, to pop into that first scene when you see her, and it just now lives on forever.
Why black and white for Dion?
Because it's more sophisticated, you know. I mean, she was always kind of the one-up, like with her look. She, you know, she wore the mini skirts. She had, you know, a lot of like vinyl and just brighter and more fun colors, in that sense that it was a little bit more adult, you know, as Cher was always more girly.
That movie has such kind of a singular look that, I mean, even now people are referencing that movie.
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, it has lived its life, you know, for 24 years. It's quite amazing.
Did you imagine when you were working on it, like, oh, this will have legs? Do you know what I mean?
Never. You know, it was one of my first features. I didn't even have an agent at the time. I negotiated my deal, you know, myself, which is scary at the time, you know, when you're young and you don't even know what to ask for. You know, I didn't know that I could ask for a car rental or, you know, all the different details. This was just from Women's Wear Daily, which called it Far From Clueless.
That's nice.
And there was a, you know, huge, just a lot of press at the time. I mean, New York Times, Vogue, you know, Women's Wear Daily. I mean, it was just all over. I mean, Lagerfeld even copied my bottle holders and my cell phone holders on the runway, which was really great. You know, it was a small movie. It wasn't a big budget. I mean, I didn't have a huge amount of money. All our actors were young, you know, so there was no big stars. It was before the time of all the, you know, PR and promo clothes, and, you know, there was not really deals with designers, and, you know, there was no computers. We didn't have, you know, style.com and all of that. So, you know, it was very different at the time how the movie came about.
There is, of course, the famous computer in the movie.
Of course, of course, of course,
Everybody
of course. And to this day, I don't think if we really have achieved that, which is quite amazing. You would think that there would be some amazing apps that could allow you to mix and match your clothes in the morning. But I think that's something that people really remember from the film.